Hello, denizens of the internet, and welcome to a new feature I like to call Devil's Advocate. In this, I'll try to play Devil's Advocate against debunking theories that just don't quite add up. First up, a channel called Paranormal Detectives attempts to debunk Proving Demons Dybbuk box videos. Full disclosure to you all, I am a fan, and as a recently discovered series, I've been getting invested more and more into it due to my own experiences with the paranormal in my own life. However, for the sake of this video, I will keep it objective and only what I can personally observe. The paranormal group Death Seekers Paranormal, headed by Andrew Jason Ward, is a paranormal documentary series that features investigations headed at multiple different locations across the globe. Back to Paranormal Detectives, an account with only one video at the time of recording, the creator attempts to claim that the entire Dybbuk box situation was staged from the beginning, with very loose evidence that, if brought in front of an objective jury, would most likely not hold up in court. Although the structure of the video is more video with text overlays, their claims are this. The cut on Andrew's wrist is being used as evidence that he was the one that made the cloth with the Hebrew drawn in blood. The identical appearance to the bag from an old 2017 video resurfaced within the box, and Andrew's lack of disclosure of what was in the purple cloth raised questions. Starting from the top, let's break it down. The first claim that Andrew's cuts are definitive proof that he did indeed cut himself for the purpose of making the Hebrew symbols is circumstantial at best, with the odds being just as likely that he managed to cut himself in a completely more natural way. Without further evidence, this is loose at best. The next claim involving the purple bag is looking even worse. Before I reveal the identity of the bag in question, let's skip back to that video in 2017. The bag Andrew was using at the time appears to be worn down and well used, with the contrast between the bright golds and the faded cloth being extremely obvious. While the lighting could possibly be the culprit, the surface itself has several flaws and imperfections on it as well, suggesting long-term usage, and soiling could easily account for the color difference. In fact, when we go back to his newer video, it almost appears like the bag that he's using, or supposedly using in that shot, appears to be newer than the one that he showed in his older video. It doesn't have the same stains or tarnish marks, and it honestly looks much more pristine, which is actually right in line with something that's been sealed up for several years where contaminants can't get to it. As for the identity of the bag, the culprit is none other than Crown Royal whiskey. These bags are sold a dime a dozen to anyone who picks up a bottle of the rather average alcohol. While some containers are sold as boxed units or just the bottle, the bags themselves are sold at $10 a pop on the official Crown Royal page. It's more than plausible to suggest that this very not unique bag is simply a mass-produced item, and that anybody who drinks Crown Royal has at least had a bag like this once in their life. I know I have. The final claim is a rather easy one to answer as well. While the standard ingredients are laid out, all we have to do is look for what's missing from the list. Held within a standard Dybbuk box is some kind of medium that contains the word shalom written in Hebrew or Yiddish, a dried rose, stemmed or stemless, human remains, like bones, hair, or any remnants of the deceased spirit's body. With the powers of deduction, the only missing component for this Dybbuk box are the human remains, which is likely what was in that bag, and likely the reason he didn't open it. And the final piece of evidence I'd like to present is honestly a nail in the coffin when it comes to paranormal investigators. If we scroll down and really look at the comments section below the video, we'll notice, wait a minute, there is no comments section. In fact, comments were disabled for the whole video, which is typically in line with a YouTuber that wants to suppress opinions that do not fall in line with his worldview. Now, that's not everyone. It could have been several hateful comments, several attacks on him, but the fact of the matter is, you don't remove comments unless you are either being hated on to the point where it is harassment, or you want to hide something. Now, I have recently submitted a comment into his discussion board about it, so we'll get back to his response, if any. While the skepticism is always healthy, jumping to conclusions and blinding yourself by your own world's truth is very unhealthy. True skepticism always makes room for the chance to be wrong. But as for this video, the jury's still out. Why don't you decide? After all, I'm just the devil's advocate.